heard the story 1,000 times. Go to school, get a job, buy a house. Your parents call it an investment, a place to build a family, path to a happy life. They tell stories of buying their first home for the price of a mid-range car today. But for your generation, that door isn't just locked. The house itself has vanished. Today, many can't even afford rent, let alone a mortgage that feels like a life sentence. It isn't a local glitch. It's a global fracture. And it was designed this way. We're breaking down how the roof over your head became a rigged game for billionaires. Decades ago, buying a house was about stability, not speculation. In the 1960s, a home cost about twice your annual salary. One income was enough. Today, that math is broken. Prices have skyrocketed to 8 times the average income. Houses are no longer built to be lived in. They are built to be flipped for profit. The starter home is endangered. Developers prioritize luxury for maximum yield. When the mindset shifted from shelter to asset, the foundation began to crack. Usually, if no one buys, prices drop. But housing follows different rules. Prices rise because of zoning laws, invisible walls preventing us from building. Developers practice land hoarding, sitting on empty lots, waiting for profit. Then there are zombie houses, empty shells owned by investors waiting for a peak. The shortage isn't an accident. In this system, scarcity is a feature. It used to be simple. Your landlord was a neighbor or a retiree. Today, it's a giant company. Blackstone owns tens of thousands of homes. 1 out of every 4 homes is bought by investors. You're fighting Wall Street now. In neighborhoods like Charlotte, firms buy half of all homes sold. They outbid families with all-cash offers you can't possibly match. They turn communities into subscription services. Pay to live, forever. Then there's Airbnb. Homes turned into hotels, leaving locals with nothing. The system gaslights you. They say it's the avocado toast. It's your fault. But prices have detached from reality, rising faster than wages ever could. Politicians offer tax breaks, but this only fuels demand and higher prices. Rent eats half your income while the finish line keeps moving away. The real cost isn't dollars, it's the loss of a mental anchor. When you rent, you're a guest in your own life. You can't plant deep roots. This creates a generation in survival mode. Constant stress, no place called mine. You aren't building a future. You are simply subsidizing someone else's asset while your own foundation remains liquid and uncertain. Can we fix this? Some propose land value taxes. Others want to ban corporate buyers entirely. On paper, these ideas make sense. But the real problem isn't the lack of solutions. It's incentives. The people writing the rules are the same people who benefit from high prices. For politicians, a housing crash isn't reform. It's a crisis. Because pensions, banks, and voters are all tied to ever-rising property values. Lower prices don't feel like justice to them. They feel like loss. So the system chooses stability over fairness. Not because it works for everyone, but because it works for those at the top. Rent becomes permanent. Ownership becomes generational. And mobility quietly disappears. This is how a basic human need turned into a financial instrument. No villains in masks. Just spreadsheets, zoning laws, and balance sheets. And that's the real lesson. The dream didn't die by accident. It was redesigned. If you want to understand where else the system is quietly breaking, subscribe to our investigations. We're just getting started.